It was 2 a.m. when I heard the soft click of my bedroom door. Not loud enough to wake me, just enough for my subconscious to register danger. But I didn't move. I'd learned long ago that sometimes the best way to see someone's true face is to pretend to be asleep. Through half-closed lashes, I saw her, my sister, moving like a thief. Careful steps. Hand trembling slightly as she reached for my wallet on the dresser. The faint glow from her phone lit her smirk. She thought I was out cold. Within seconds, she had my credit card and was gone. By morning, $15,000 was missing. A first-class flight to Tokyo, luxury hotels, designer bags. All shared memories with our cousin, the one she always swore was like a sister to her too. Dad laughed it off when I told him. "Stop pretending," he said. "Your sister would never touch your money." I just smiled, because the card she used wasn't mine anymore. Growing up, I trusted her blindly. We shared secrets, birthdays, even heartbreaks. When our parents fought, she'd crawl into my bed and whisper, "We only have each other." And I believed her. She had a way of making lies sound like love. I was always the one cleaning up after her impulsive messes. The missed rent, the broken phones, the boyfriends who left her crying at 3 a.m. I thought loyalty meant protection. Turns out, it just made me predictable. The first betrayal wasn't the theft. It was the silence after. She posted photos from Japan, champagne in one hand, designer bags in the other. "Hard work pays off," the caption read. Hard work? My money. When I confronted her over text, she didn't deny it. She just wrote, "It's just money, don't be dramatic." That was the moment I stopped being her brother and started becoming her lesson. I didn't cancel the card, I didn't call the bank. Instead, I logged into the account she thought was mine. It wasn't. Not anymore. 2 weeks before, I'd switched everything. That card was connected to a business account under my LLC, the one monitored by my bank's fraud team. Every transaction she made was flagged, tracked, and recorded. Every purchase, every gift, every lie was proof. All I had to do was wait. A week later, she came home, tanned, glowing, pretending nothing happened. "Brought you something," she chirped, tossing me a cheap souvenir keychain. As if $15,000 could be forgiven with plastic. Dad stood behind her, arms crossed. "Apologize," he said. "You're accusing your own sister of stealing." I looked at her, really looked at her. The audacity, the confidence, the belief that blood protects betrayal. So I smiled. "You're right, Dad. I must have been mistaken." That night, I made one call, to my fraud investigator. "Proceed," I said. By morning, her phone buzzed with alerts. Then came the bank emails. Then the knock on the door. Federal. Precise. Cold. Identity theft. Wire fraud. Unauthorized international spending. The charges were automatic. Every purchase she made linked back to her passport, her tickets, her online receipts. They didn't need me to press charges, the bank did it for me. All I did was sit back and watch her confusion bloom into terror. "Why is my account frozen?" she screamed. "Why are they saying I stole something?" I didn't answer. She ran to Dad, crying. He glared at me. "What did you do?" "Nothing," I said, softly. "She used the wrong card." 2 days later, I visited her. She was sitting in her room, mascara-streaked, surrounded by return receipts and bank letters. "They're saying I might lose my job," she whispered. "They're saying I committed fraud." I leaned against the doorway. "You did." Her eyes filled with disbelief. Not guilt, just shock that her world had consequences. I didn't yell, didn't gloat. I just handed her the keychain she'd bought me. "Souvenirs," I said, "are meant to remind us of where we've been." Dad called that night furious. He said family doesn't destroy family. I told him family doesn't steal at 2 a.m. He didn't reply. Silence can be heavy when truth settles in. A month later, the charges were dropped. Bank settled. She paid restitution. But her reputation, that perfect mask of innocence, was gone. No one trusted her anymore, not even Dad. And every time she passed me in the house, she looked away. Maybe out of guilt, maybe out of fear. As for me, I sleep just fine now. Sometimes I still wake up at 2 a.m. out of habit. I glance at the dresser, empty, untouched, and I smile. Because the card she used was never about the money. It was about the lesson, and she learned it. The expensive way.